Well, I would say we are in the middle of a paradigm shift between the perspective on organizations being machines to the perspective of organizations being rather organism-like and behaving also like an organism. So the shortest definition of an agile organization for me is it's kind of a living organism. And if you think about organizations as living organism, it's pretty easy to also draw an implication on feedback, because I mean this is pretty much how living organisms communicate with each other all the time. So if you think about nervous systems, for example, all the synapses just broadcasting back and forth. So that's nothing else but just providing feedback, providing different information to different people. And this is pretty much how I think agile organizations work on a more abstract level. And then, of course, the big question for these organizations is how to orchestrate these kind of feedback processes. And I'm not only talking about personal feedback, I'm also really talking about providing information, sharing information, giving information. That's all what I would kind of summarize under the umbrella of feedback. Oh, what I observe is maybe the major step is the first one in terms of really just get going. And to my experience, there are a lot of organizations who are so overwhelmed by all these exponential changes these days that it's really difficult to get an idea. Okay, but where should I actually start? So this is one of the major questions, and then. If it goes wrong, this leads to a kind of a paralyzed situation where you just are in front of the snake and don't move at all anymore. And so what really helps is to provide kind of a handrail in terms of a process which does not define the objective or the target picture, because we just can't guess how the organization will look like in 2 years, not even in half a year, I would say. But at the same time, to provide at least a little bit of orientation in terms of, yeah, but how could a process of evolution look like? Well, obviously, software plays a pretty important role when it comes to everything which is standardized and which is in the field of automation and all that kind of stuff. So I would say all infrastructures which can be automized, all processes which do not necessarily have to be conducted by humans, but which are just infrastructure to live human qualities on, they all definitely can be and will be provided by software. So especially in the HR area, I think, I mean, we already can see that there are a lot of departments which deal with the question of HR automation, obviously, these days. And there's a lot of huge potential really to hand over a couple of really important and core processes to software and to algorithms. And at the same time, of course, to leave the space for human qualities. Because when it comes to innovation, when it comes to creativity, when it comes to surprising ideas, it's not about software. It's about human brain power and human intuition.